welcome back to another episode of Penguin Nonsense. I am your host, Edith, and here we are, another episode, another day. Look, guys, I straightened my hair. It's a new me. No, I'm kidding. But here we are. It's the beginning of April. Goodness, we have had another month down, 3 months down, and a lifetime to go. No, I'm kidding. A week to go. But here we are. It's April. If y'all didn't see an episode last week, it's because I think I'm going to start maybe doing like 3 episodes, like the first 3 of the week of the month, the first 3 of the month. And then the last one is just going to take a break. Obviously I'm not famous or anything, but, as a person who sometimes gets tired of like doing things over and over in repetition, I can't stick to stuff. So I feel like if I give myself a break, it'll kind of help things out. So if I don't see an episode the last of the month, and that's usually why, or maybe something came up and I couldn't get to it. But here we are. It's the beginning of the month. I am back with a new episode, and let's get this rolling. So, you know how sometimes people are always like testing on animals, and like usually those animals tend to be rats. Well, this one, there was for a good reason. So, and before Peter comes after me, hear me out, okay? The title goes, A Rat Named Ronan Breaks the World Record. It's an African giant pouch. Tomato. A rat is being honored in the record book after detecting more than 100 landmines and other undetonated explosives in Cambodia. Belgium nonprofit Opopo, APOPO, announced Friday. The rat, named Ronan, was named Opopo's most successful mine detection rat. He also was acknowledged by the Guinness World Records. Since August 2021, Ronan has detected 109 landmines and 15 items of unexploded ordnance. Apopo said the record-smashing Ronan is expected to do another 2 years or more of detection work, said the nonprofit. The previous record was held by the African giant pouch rat Magawa, who detected 71 landmines and 38 pieces of unexploded ordnance over the course of 5 years. So that's pretty cool about Ronan. He's done a lot more. It goes, Ronan underwent clicker training, where the rat learned to associate the sounds of a click with a treat, which happens often in most training, to motivate him to learn how to smell explosives. He was also trained to work systematically within a grid pattern and to indicate landmines by scratching at the ground. Ronan and rats like him work for about 30 minutes a day, Apopo said. When they reach a certain age, they are moved to a retirement community and remain under Apopo's care. Magawa, the previous record holder, he was retired in 2021 and died in 2022. But I think it's pretty cool. I think these are one of the fewer cases where I think I don't think it's considered a testing. I think the fact that they're being trained, I think is pretty good. And the fact that these little rats are being used for something helpful, I think it's amazing, because according to the article, and like I said, I've told y'all plenty of times that I only read a little bit of snippets here and there. There is over 1,000 cases each year of these landmine accidents because of people step into places that there used to be explosives. we're not used to. But there are explosives there who were left because of previous wars and stuff. And so the fact that they can use these rats to go in there, maybe the bombs not detonate because they don't have the weight that these bombs need for them to get detonated, I think it's pretty awesome. And so I hope that these programs get bigger and get better. And I think the article also mentioned that this isn't just a problem there in Cambodia, it's a problem around the world. And I think that seems pretty reasonable, because I think every part of this country has at least seen war once in their lifetime. Not just our country, but like every country around the world, I think, has seen war at least once. So I'm sure there's plenty of landfills that have like mines of these bombs and stuff like that, these explosives. So I think it'd be really cool if we could get other programs just like it. And the fact that they get to work very short times, I think it's really cool. 30 minutes is not bad. It's not like overworking them or anything like that. And the fact that they get to retire, that's pretty neat too. And that they still get to be under the same care of the company. So then that's pretty neat. Let me know what you guys think. Should these programs exist everywhere else? Should we have more like them? Or should we shut them down? You know, PETA's always advocating for the animals. And I don't know, this is cruel. I don't think it is, but change my mind. You never know. Leave it in the comments. That's what they're for. But yeah, I thought I'd share that with y'all because I thought it was pretty neat. Usually we hear like dogs or cats or like animals like that being trained to like detect bombs or detect diseases and that kind of stuff. And the fact that these little rats are being detected to do something good, I think it's pretty cool. So that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So now we go to our favorite part, Reddit. Now, I don't know if it's our favorite part, but for all I know, I really do enjoy the science ones. But here we go. I like to mix it up for y'all. This one is from Am I the A-hole subreddit, and it goes, Am I the A-hole for husband hasn't spoken to me for 3 weeks. And, well, I don't think it's ever good if your husband isn't speaking to you for 3 weeks, so we'll see what happened. It goes, So, 3 weeks or so, my husband was talking about his diet, and I mentioned about how he should have more fiber in it. And he was like, how do I get more fiber? And mentally, I replied with, we have Google. We both have access to Google, but I didn't. So I wasn't rude, so I replied with the answers, and he goes, you wouldn't make meals like that for me, would you? And I responded, I'm your wife, not your mother. He said, it was an extremely rude thing to say and hasn't spoken to me for about 3 weeks. For context, we have 3 children, and he is only here for a day and a half of the week. And he works away, so he would have to expect me to bulk cook on the weekend for him and take with him. For him to take with him. My response wasn't meant maliciously, and I haven't apologized because I genuinely meant it. We have been together for 14 years, and it generally made me feel so resentful that way he said it, and the expression was so puppy doggish. I don't know what puppy doggish means, but whatever. And it made me feel like he was manipulating me. He can never be bothered to research or implement for his health, even though he's a highly intelligent and capable man. I guess I feel frustrated. He will pour everything into work, 15 hours a day, etc. But on the home front, the boring day to day, it's all on me. This isn't the first time he's gone silent, but usually always makes good or apologizes, and this time I usually make good. Sorry, I'm having a hard time today. But usually I always make things good or apologize, and this time I haven't. It's just so awkward, and the longer it goes and the more resentful I feel about it. He's pretty much my only solid adult interaction in person, both physically and mentally, and I feel super alone, but I'm also sorry for him because he must really be a sad and cruel person to inflict this or to other persons. Writing this has made me realize how much I really am deeply unhappy I am with him. LOL. But anyway, am I the a-hole? And they put a little edit. He is on salary and is a very high up in his company. He earns the same for 40 hours or 80 hours, if whatever he works on that week. He is not paid by the hour, and overtime isn't a thing for the role he has. He isn't being forced to stay there by anyone but himself. I work 6 to 8 hour days from home on the weekends and a couple of hours across the weekdays. So the edit number 2 says that she was happy for the responses. She wasn't looking for any validation, but she does know that maybe her comment did come off a little rude. But she doesn't think it justifies it for 3 weeks, and it's not going on 4. And I was thinking of apologizing, if I should apologize regardless of him ignoring me, just to make good and make peace. For clarity, he has chef that makes his meals Monday through Friday, and I cook for the household, of course. No questions asked on the weekend, and don't have an issue with this. So that was interesting. I don't know. I feel like on this one, to go 3 weeks without talking to someone over the comment of, I'm not your mother, I feel like it's too much. I feel like there's a lot more going on that we didn't get. I feel like there had to be something else, something that had been said for him just to go quiet about it. I have nothing against the people who decide to be a work from home parent or a work from the office parent. And I always feel like people who tend to either work from home or be stay-at-home moms always get a bunch of crap on them. I always feel like people always think that they don't get tired or whatnot because they were at home. And I feel like that's a bunch of BS. Because in my opinion, if you think about it, like, just as people, we are, essentially made to be social, and the fact that you put us in the same place 24/7 from work to actual, home, and we're just in the same spot, I think it's not that great. And just because you're working from home doesn't mean you still don't have to do work. Like, you still are like probably swamped with emails. And I feel like there's never like a clear cut between work and home hours, Like, for example, yes, I do way too much overtime at my job. But then I get to come home and be here. Whereas I feel if I work from home, I would just get out of my room and still be here, and then I'd just still be thinking about work. Like, I don't feel like there's not that clear cut, and I'm sure that can kind of be a little bit put you in a mindset. It's probably like in a dark mindset sometimes. I don't know, and that might not be for everybody. Some people, I know there's plenty of people who enjoy working from home and love being home, but in my head, I could not be at home 24/7. But some people do love it. And the fact that, she works from home, I don't think it makes it that much better for her to be like, well, you work from home, you could obviously do it. Like, I don't think that's the right thing to say, Like, yeah, you get to work from home, so you could make me all these extra meals. Like, I feel like that's not a thing. That shouldn't be a thing, at least in my head. So I really do hope that they get some kind of like someone with that, because for him to just go and then like not talk to her for 3+ weeks now, going on almost a month, how do you live with the person you think you love, or the person is supposed to be your soulmate and not talk to them for 3+ weeks, a whole month. And you're already not there like at least a whole week. You're just there like for the weekend. So that essentially you doing it, being at home for like what? 2, and 2, that's 6 days. So that's almost a week of just being at home. And that's just gonna be sad. At that point, why are you even with that person? Like, do you even care for that person? You know, I think at that point, you really have to ask yourself, like, how is this relationship going and where is it going? Because obviously she said that the more she wrote, the more she felt like she was pretty unhappy. And it feels like maybe this is the final straw or close to final straw of what's going to happen down the road. And I feel like if she already feels this way, then she needs to talk it out and voice it to him like, hey, look, something here isn't working, and either they need to try to work it out, or this is the straw, you know, that broke the camel's back, I think it's the saying, right? So I really do feel like it's something that needs to be talked out. And if she doesn't feel like she needs to apologize, which is, she says she's always the one who has to like say I'm sorry first, I think that's also kind of sad, because that also means he doesn't take responsibility for anything that he's done, and she just has to kind of clear the floor off, and I don't think that's right either. So I think there really needs to be like a better talk here, or communication between them. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think they should be doing, OP should be doing. The first comment I don't think was much of a help. It said, It's going to be hard to hear this, but ignoring someone this way is abusive behavior. It's control tactic meant to get you to apologize and give in to him. Asking for some space after a fight to cool down is one thing. Literally blinking another adult for days or even weeks until they beg forgiveness, do what you want, is very different. Not the a-hole, but I'd be giving him an ultimatum. He comes to therapy with me, or he learns to fight in a healthy way without this abusive control tactic, or we are done. And then somebody else goes, this is the central point. Not talking to your partner or children you live with is very damaging, and kids see this as harmful behavior. It seems there are lots of problems in this family. Hopefully the adults can work them out. And then people are just kind of go off of that comment. So yeah, I think people are in agreement that something else needs to happen. There's obviously a miscommunication here, and y'all just both need to get in the same plate. So that's that. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know if you think she maybe did do wrong or didn't do wrong. You know, we have Google for things. But I still ask questions. I still ask my partner plenty of questions that I could obviously ask Google. But it's just like a conversation with each other, you know? Yes, I could ask Google, but why would I have the conversation with the machine? Then I just have follow-up questions. And if my partner just knows the answer, then he can help me through it, you know? So, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and see if you agree with her or not. What's the comment mean? If I had to say what's the comment mean, no. But that's just me. I don't think her comment was like bad. I mean, she still told him what to do, but she doesn't have to. And he has a chef, so why can't he just tell the chef to make these meals? I don't know. But anyways, I could go on and on about that one. Let's move on to our positive story of the day. And much more of a positive story. I just thought this was a really cool idea. And I think it should come to the States. So hear me out. It goes, check out my threads, the local library where you can borrow a new outfit. So it goes, there's something about the library, she said. It's not intimidating, boutique, or busy, noisy high street. I've always had people tell me that sometimes they'll go into a shop and even the music makes them feel like they don't fit in there. We want this to feel welcoming and accessible to everybody. Dibley, this was from a lady named Dibley, created With Love From in 2023, and initially to swap clothes with friends and family. Interest grew, along with donations, and the project soon spawned sewing workshops. Talks about sustainability and repair services. There are currently around 400 pieces in the growing collection, which can be checked out via a barcode for 3 weeks at a time and renewed just like you would with a book. Every garment is labeled with the name of the person who donated it. It adds to the idea that pre-loved clothing is more special because it has a history, said Dibble. In recent years, I have seen a boom in rental apps which offer fashion lovers a way to make money from the trophy items in their wardrobe, but the library offers a very different borrowing experience: tactical, inclusive, and free. While libraries of things are becoming more common across the country, With Love From is thought to be the first to add clothes to the existing library system. I thought it was pretty cool because as a person who is always like, I have nothing to wear, even though we know our closets are full of clothes, sometimes if we don't feel like anything in there looks good on us at the moment, or sometimes we want to experience something new, try on a new piece of clothing that we probably personally wouldn't buy, but we don't want to commit to buying this whole outfit because what if we don't like it on us, and then we had to go back and return it because we didn't like it, and it's just a whole mess. So the fact that there is a library out there where I could go and check out a clothing item and maybe try it for a couple of days or whatnot, and take it back, I think that's pretty cool. And then maybe if I don't know if they let you buy them if you really love them. I would imagine so, like you do sometimes at libraries. I don't think you buy the books, but if you don't give it back, they charge you for it. So I'm just imagining. But anyways, besides the point, you get to check out clothes. And I just thought that was pretty neat, especially for like I said, for those moments where you want to try a new piece, or for those moments where you have a special event coming up and you really just can't afford to buy that new dress, because as a woman, you always want to have a new dress for special occasions that come up in life, and you always want to go and buy that one dress, and maybe you don't want to spend the money that time. Maybe you're really in a pinch and you want to wear something new. Go to the clothing library, and I think it's a really cool idea. I myself don't mind secondhand clothing. I don't mind thrift stores. I don't mind if it came from the neighbor. I really don't care where my clothing came from. But I think this is a really cool idea. I'm sure there's plenty of people who do mind, like the people who have worn it, like that kind of stuff and whatnot. But I think it's super neat, super cool, something that that could give opportunities to people who might can't afford certain clothes for right now, to go on interviews and stuff like that, and then maybe they want to look nice. They could go to the clothing library, check out the suit or something, and be able to have these interviews. I think it's just a wonderful idea, and this one I think happened to be in the UK. But I think we need some here in the U.S. I know we have stuff I think different little apps that people can go and essentially you get sent these clothing items, and whatever you don't like, you can send them back. But you have to pay a subscription to them. So this is just free, So I don't know. Someone make it happen here. I'll be your first customer. Your first library customer. As long as they're still free, I think it's pretty cool. I think it'd be a good idea to keep someone's obviously debit card or credit card on tap, or on their information on their profile, obviously, just in case with books at libraries, sometimes they don't get to make it back. So I think it'd be good so that way you're not losing just clothing. People aren't just coming to take clothing for no reason. So the way that you can get stuff back from them, if not, it will be charged to their account. So I think it'd be really good. And that way we can hold people accountable because, I know our crime rates aren't that great. So that's that. And that's all my stories for the month. We have our little dog, our Sirius. Right now they're being a menace. This week they have been a menace, and I love them to death, but some days. And the other day he got out and he made it all the way down to the park. So I love him, but some days he gets on my nerves. But thankfully he's not like one of those that just goes and cuts loose and starts being mean or anything. He's super baby. He got back in the car and he's like, okay, I'm here. But today is his birthday, and it's been 3 years with that cute little fun menace, and I love him to death, and I wouldn't wish to have any other dog but him. I love him. So happy birthday, Sirius. We got him cheeseburgers because he loves his cheeseburgers from McDonald's specifically. Okay, no other cheeseburger, but he'll eat obviously any other cheeseburger, but something about the McDonald's cheeseburgers he goes crazy for, like crazy for them. So we got him some cheeseburgers, and that happy birthday, Sirius. Just thought I'd share that with y'all. Another thing to end with a happy note, a happy story. So wherever you are out there at the week, think about that clothing library. And if you do, please leave it in the comments because I'll be there in North Carolina. Okay. And I think that's really cool. So let's see what else I got for you. No, I think that's it. Like I said, I straightened my hair, but now it's just a mess. So there's that. But it's getting really long, you guys. Look. Just really working on it. I think that's it. I guess without further ado, I missed the ice cream truck, you guys. I am so sad. That's another discussion for another day, but I missed the ice cream truck because I was here filming. But I guess it's alright. Without further ado, y'all have a good one. Be safe out there. I hope you get your gym workout done. I hope you get that job you're going for. I hope that this week just is one of your best weeks so far in this year, And you guys have a good one. I love y'all. Bye. The ice cream truck. Man, the ice cream truck is here. Okay.